Hello, welcome to my complete Blu-ray 4K collection video. There'll be some DVDs in there because I still have a few knocking about. I think I did this a couple of years ago, like I covered everything I had in one big video. I think it went about 2 hours and it was exhausting from what I can remember because I will be going POV and doing it shelf by shelf. So I'm going to be pulling the titles out. You really do get arm ache, I must say. But yeah, everything I've got at the moment, Blu-rays, 4Ks, I'll show you guys all the titles I own. I'll talk a little bit about some of the films as I breeze through. I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can. It's obviously going to be a relatively long video. I haven't started filming the shelf by shelf portions of the video yet, so I don't really know at the moment how long the video is going to be. Obviously, you will know now as this is uploaded. I'm not going to cover collectibles and books. I'll do a room thing again eventually, something like that, you know, like a tour or something. I am in the process of like reorganizing my room a little bit, but also as well as seeing the titles I've got, you'll also get to see how I organize my Blu-ray 4K collection, and it's all over the shop like me, all over the shop like my head. That's how I organise it. But you'll see, I'll talk a little bit about how I organise when I go through each shelf. Anyway, enough chit chat, enough of that. Let's get straight to it. We're going POV. Let's have a look at my collection. So we'll start with these two. These are two of my favourite bookcases. I'll tell you how it's kind of organised. Basically, as a whole, my collection is organised into labels, you know, boutique labels, favourites, slipcover steelbooks, and just random stuff altogether. I tend to keep my random, like, cheaper, like, studio releases, just miscellaneous together. This is, like, my main shelves. I'm really happy with these. You know, I've got like a lot of like limited edition sets here, stuff like that. Got the 4Ks together. So I'm going to start with these two. I'll try and step back a little bit to give you guys more of a scope, but that's kind of what it looks like. You come in the room and you've got the two bookcases there. You've got some things on top. Got like some arrow sets along there. Then it's I also do separate some of my collection via director as well, but I've only done that for like 3 directors at the minute. I'll show you guys that, and then you've got that down to there. My room is a bit messy at the minute. I'm in the process of like sorting things out a little bit more, finalising how I want it to look and stuff. But I'm that type of person. It's like sometimes I just get fed up and I just need to, you know, not necessarily give everything like a fresh coat of paint. I just like to change things up a little bit and switch it up, you know, keep it a little bit interesting. So got that one to go through. You know, I've got plenty of sections in the room. It's just going through it all is going to be a nightmare. That's all miscellaneous stuff, mainly old DVDs and PS4 games and some boxes. There's some stuff there. Got this one here, a lot of Scream Factory in there. Like I say, a lot of it is as labels, like boutique labels, it's kept together, but some of them I do separate for directors and favourites and things like that. So you guys will see anyway as I get started. So I'm going to start on these bookcases. I might try and do a bit of a zoom out if I can. No, I zoomed in. So that's what it looks like that. They're my two like favourite cases. Eventually I won't even mind some built-in shelving, you know, just to get a bit more in. So we'll start from the top. That's from that picture there's the Living Dead at Manchester morgue from the Synapse steelbook. I did frame it. It's a little bit out of the way there, but very nice poster. So I'm not literally going to pull these. I'll just show you the box sets on top. I have the Children of the Corn Arrow 4K set with all the first 3 films in and the first one on 4K. Lovely set, lovely artwork. The Frighteners on 4K. Awesome Peter Jackson movie, probably my favourite film he's done. I actually prefer it to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, just so much fun. It's got a great score from Danny Elfman as well, and you know, Michael J. Fox is great and the other characters. Yeah, such a fun time, The Frighteners. Kind of like a black comedy / like horror movie. It's got some scares, got some funny moments. Yeah, All the Haunts Be Ours from Severin. It's a compendium of folk horror. Got volume 1 and volume 2, which I'm going through at the moment. I watched The Enchanted the other day, which was a great little movie, great little regional horror from Florida. The Arrow Phantasm set with all 5 films in, and the Sphere and the book, and you know, loads of supplements. That's fantastic. The Hellraiser 4K set 1 to 4, all on 4K. Critters Blu-ray set, that's the I think that's the first 4 films, right? Because they didn't include that Critters Attack one, which I haven't seen. The Child's Play collection, all the Child's Play movies bar number 1, all of them on 4K apart from the first one, but that is included in the set on Blu-ray. But I have the Scream Factory 4K of that, so not to worry. The lovely Psycho set 1 to 4, all on 4K. Got my Trick or Treat Sam there. And yeah, that's the box sets on top. So I'll go to this first shelf and we'll get started. This will be an easier one to do. The Count Yorga collection. So I'll try and give you like a good shot of them and stuff. Yeah, nice set. This is an reissued set. They did do an original double pack, but I chose to get this limited edition when it came out. I quite liked the first one, weren't too into it. It was a bit of a kind of, I find it a little bit meandering, like a little bit of a subtle vampire movie, but it was all right. And I'm looking forward to watching the second one. One I've barely touched the surface on is the Jew on the Grudge collection. I think I watched the first, which one did I actually watch? I watched The Grudge, so they do have The Curse and The Curse 2 prior to those. But yeah, one thing I will say about like sort of these, a lot of these Japanese, Asian horror films in general, let's just bracket it as Asian, you know, like Korean and stuff and Japanese, they're just, the imagery is so creepy, just the faces alone will freak you out. You know, imagine getting in bed and you just turn the lights off and then you turn around and there's just a terrifying face there. They have that kind of stuff in these movies, but I need to get through it. I've not even touched surface on that one. Got this one, that's the Gothic, what is it, Fantastico? Yeah, 4 Italian Tales of Terror, 4 Italian Gothic movies. That's from Arrow. Great set, that one. I don't think I've watched any of those. The Ring collection, the Japanese ones. We got Ring, Ring 2 and Ring 3. I've only seen Ring, which is a pretty damn good movie. Got the, which one was this one? Love, Death and Apocalypse. 3 films by Alex de la Iglesia. And you've got those 3. Day of the Beast is the only one I've actually watched yet. Love and Death, including Necromantic and Necromantic 2, and more films from Butterette, or however you pronounce it. I couldn't be bothered to get in there and read. The recent release of Inglourious Bastards, the 4K, haven't got round to that yet because I watched the film on TV not long ago, so I'll be waiting on that. The Fly collection, it's got the Vincent Price movies in there, the classic black and white ones. Then the David Cronenberg remake, and then the sequel to that, which is fun, but a load of rubbish, really. But it does have some okay special effects in The Fly too. But the David Cronenberg one's the best bar none. Like, it's so good. It needs a 4K as well. Another one that needs a 4K is the original Omen film with Gregory Peck. But I do have this set, 1 to the remake, so 5 films in here. It's even got the 4th film, the TV movie, which I didn't think too much to. It was average. But of course you do have the remake in there, which I would like to go back and revisit, but absolute stone cold classic, The Omen, like needs a 4K set by itself. Got the Ring remake collection. That's the Ring collection with 1, 2 and Rings. I only like the first one. I think the first remake's mysterious and has a good like sort of horror about it, but even the sequel to that's pretty poor, and the Rings is just terrible. But still, I wanted this set just as a completionist and I got it. That's from Scream Factory, that one. The lovely Exorcist limited edition, the Steelbook, you know, with all the supplements, the 4K, which I thought looked nice on 4K. The Arrow Video Store box, I think this features 5 movies. Enter the Video Store, Empire of Screams. You got like the Dungeon Master Dolls by Stuart Gordon, which is probably the best film on the set. Cellar Dweller, which is a good one. Jeffrey Combs is in that. Arena was fun, and Robot Jocks. I always call it Robo Jocks, but it's actually Robot Jocks. I did enjoy that one, although I did find the big sort of mecha robots quite cool to watch. I just didn't really enjoy the film as such. Right, I'm thinking, I don't know whether to go across or go down. So, across, down. We'll tackle one at a time. We'll just go down a little bit. So here, this is separated into Argento. I've got an Argento section. Goes into some Michel Sovi films, because Argento produced a lot of them, so I kept them together. And then we just go into the Fulci, and then a few random bits at the end, like favourites and stuff. Because, like I say, with these bookcases, these ones aren't particularly just organised by label. So there will be edits in this video, by the way, because I'm going to do one bookcase at a time. We have The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, absolutely phenomenal film. Cat o' Nine Tails, good giallo. Deep Red, an absolute feast for the eyes. Tenebrae, wow, awesome. Phenomena, one of my favourite Argentos. I mean, I like most of his movies from the 70s, 80s, but Phenomena, really good stuff. Yeah, even got Donald Pleasance in there. Monkey Comes Save Us the Day. Yeah, great film. A masterpiece here, Suspiria. This is a feast for the eyes, you know, such a amazing, like, tremendous colour palette. Yeah. And its follow-up, Inferno, which doesn't have as good a narrative as Suspiria, even though the Suspiria narrative, to be fair, is a little paper thin. It's just a phenomenal film overall and one of my favourites. But Inferno, amazing score, great colour palette once again. Argento getting in some beautiful shots, of course, showing his cinematography and his filmmaking flair. But yeah, just the narrative is pretty non-existent in Inferno, but it is a part of the Three Mothers trilogy, and it does add something, and it's just beautiful to watch. And this really needs a 4K, but fantastic addition from Arrow anyway. And then, of course, the third one, Mother of Tears, which is a bit more action-packed, a bit gorier. Well, gorier in some parts. A bit over the top with the gore, though. A bit more crazy, but just not as good a film as the first two. It's made years later anyway, like, I don't know, like 25 plus years later after Inferno. It's okay. Stars his daughter, Aja. It's not Argento's worst film at all. Giallo, some people badmouth this. I don't think it was too bad for a later Argento film. It doesn't show his directing flair like the older movies, or that has the great cinematography, but it's an okay sort of basically Giallo, which it's titled. It's an okay Giallo, I suppose, modern one. Phantom of the Opera, mid-90s offering from Argento. I didn't like this one too much. The costumes are pretty good. It's a period piece, but overall it's just not very memorable. One I've never watched, and that's The Card Player, but I do have this, I think it's a Scorpion release, got the slipcover as well. Sleepless, one of his better later films, got this custom slip on it as well. It's a nice addition. I think that's a Scorpion as well. Four Flies on Grey Velvet, the 4K set, you know, from Severin. Yeah, this is one of his great 70s movies. I think this one's his second film, is it? No, third film. This might be, so either his second or third film, I'm sure it is. I might be wrong there, but it's one of his earlier ones, sort of like 74, some around that time. But yeah, I love this edition, and the film's great too. I need to sit down and watch that in 4K. I really do. Okay, one here, The Stendhal Syndrome, got the Blue Underground 3-disc set. Not bad. Weren't that keen on it when I watched it years ago. I did watch it probably about like 8 years ago though. Warrants a rewatch. I've never even watched my Blu-ray. I first watched it on Shudder. Trauma, another Argento, not too keen on that one. It's alright, does have Brad Dourif in it, which is always a plus. The 5 Days, just got this, never watched it. The Brilliant Opera and the Brilliant 4K set from Severin. On some Mikhail Sovi now, obviously produced by Argento. We have The Sect. I'm going to leave that one out. That's the beautiful set, by the way, from Severin. Very nice, that one. And Cemetery Man, Della Morte Delamore. Great film, and the 4K transfer looks absolutely mesmerising as well. The Church, Stage Fright. This needs a 4K. Great film. Love Stage Fright. That look of the killer is just something quite different, you know, in the whole owl get up, and that really does look quite fun. Onto the Fulci now. We have The Psychic on 4K. Good film. Demonia. I have a soft spot for Demonia. It's rubbish in some people's eyes, but I find it kind of quite like a good, easy, gory Fulci movie to watch. You know, it's not too bad. Nice set from Arrow. City of the Living Dead, 4K from Coldroom, one of his best. The Devil's Honey from 88 Films, never watched it. House by the Cemetery, one of my Fulci favourites. Yep, love it. Dr. Freudstein. Dr. Freudstein is the GOAT. New York Ripper, Nasty Grizzly one. This needs a rewatch. I've never watched it on 4K. Just Blu-ray. Zombie or Zombie Flesh Eaters here in England or the UK. Yeah, one of the best zombie movies ever made. Love it. Got some Mondo Macabro Fulci releases now. Perversion Story. Weren't too keen on that. Just found it, it's up my street, like the idea of it being a sleazy kind of, one of those sleazy 70s movies, but I just didn't enjoy it. Lizard in a Woman's Skin, great film. Needs a good UK release. I know Umbrella have put that one out recently as well. Warriors of the Year 2072. Didn't think much to that, unfortunately. It is Fulci. Manhattan Baby, pretty awful. I just like the taxidermy bird scene. Fulci's adaptation of The Black Cat on Arrow. This is a pretty damn good movie. Good adaptation, solid one. And with it being Fulci as well, he's put some sprinkles of sort of nasty gore in there as well, which is always good. We have one of his masterpieces, The Beyond. Awesome movie. All I gotta say is, needs a 4K. Enigma. Thought it was okay. Reminded me of Phenomena a little bit. The Argento movie. Zombie Flesh Eaters 2, aka Zombie 3. Zombie Flesh Eaters 3. So there's my Argento into Fulci section. A few random bits here. We got The Island, starring Michael Caine. Fun pickup this one was. Enjoyed watching it. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Not bad at all. Good, like, horror adventure. Masters of Horror Season 1. Love this show. One of the best horror shows ever made. Basically, this is what happens when you get a collection of, like, established directors and get them, basically give them an hour or 60 minutes or 70 minutes or even 50 minutes to basically showcase what they can do and give them like a sandbox to play in, and you have a different director each episode and a different story. Great stuff, great anthology series. And season 2, shame we didn't get a season 3. The Nightmare on Elm Street collection, looking forward to the Steelbook collection coming out. I'll be getting that later this year. This is up to New Nightmare. Yeah, that's the Blu-ray set. The remake with the lenticular, like that. Not the worst thing in the world, the remake. I thought the actor as Freddy, some guy, I think his surname's Haley or something. But he did a good job as Freddy. Bit overly creepy though in some parts. Freddy's got to have a bit of humour to him. Never Sleep Again, the great documentary for A Nightmare on Elm Street. Case of the Bloody Iris, great sort of Giallo movie, murder mystery, fantastic. That's a 4K. And Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things by Bob Clark, who did Black Christmas. Yeah, fun movie, fun little sort of zombie movie, not bad. So I'll carry on this shelf. I'll do a cut after. This is like, I'm going to whip through a bit more, guys, now. So I have Vengeance Trails. This is not the limited edition, it's the standard. We got, if I can actually get the right one, some of the films of Jose Larraz. You have Vampires, Whirlpool, which are both very good, and The Coming of Sin, which is a bit sleazy and sexually charged, but I didn't mind it. Good set, that. Wish I'd have kind of got the limited edition hard set. The Howling, 4K, classic. Load of John Carpenter 4Ks from Studio Canana. Prince of Darkness, They Live, The Fog, the epic The Thing, the brilliant Escape from New York with Kurt Russell, Stephen King's Cat's Eye on 4K. We're done with Carpenter now. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive, weird film that, but I did enjoy it. City of Lost Children, never watched it. Peeping Tom, a classic from 1960, same year as Psycho. Could give that a run for its money in some aspects. It's not quite as good as Psycho, but it's a very good film. The Others, Evil Dead Rise on 4K. Just gonna get a little more comfortable, guys, because this is, I'm already aching, man. I'm already sweating. Evil Dead on 4K, absolute classic. Alien, brilliant. Aliens, even better. Alien Romulus, enjoyed it. The Abyss, phenomenal film. Clockwork Orange, whoa, a thinking man's film. Really smart film that. Got the German release of the Jeepers Creepers collection, 1 to 3. I only really like the first film. The others don't do much for me. Evil Dead 2 on Blu-ray. The Antichrist, never watched it. Synapse release of Tombs of the Blind Dead, great. Groundhog Day on 4K, fun film. The Prowler, yeah, great effects from Tom Savini in that one. Dead and Buried. The fourth in the Hatchet series, Victor Crowley, that needs to go over there. South Park Bigger, Longer and Uncut on 4K. Team America on 4K. The Crow on 4K, first time watch for me last year, really enjoyed it. The Hatchet trilogy, German release, need 4Ks of those. Love the Hatchet films, so much gory fun. Planet of the Vampires, Mario Bava, pretty good movie. Messiah of Evil, love that film. That's a hidden gem from the 70s, that is. Haxon, classic witchcraft documentary, awesome. 88 Films is I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy, great stuff, apart from the third one. First two are fun. And Urban Legend, I've only seen the first one, that's not even been unsealed yet. So I'll have to get round to that. So, I'll sit myself down, guys. Excuse the dodgy camera work, I'm doing my best here. Let's take the little skin crawlers thing away for a sec. They're coasters my friend had made for me last Christmas, really appreciate that. Really nice. So here we just have a random load of like studio releases, few bits. This is just random stuff. Fan footage here, Troll Hunter, love this film, so much fun. Won't mind a sequel to that one. Wolf Creek 2, Wolf Creek somewhere else then. Is it Joe Bagos? Almost Human, that one's a good one. The Editor, fun modern satire on Giallo. The Neon Demon needs a good 4K. Rob Zombie's Lords of Satan, a lot of fun. Father's Day, not too bad. Very odd, but yeah, I quite like Father's Day actually. It needs a rewatch. How are we? Rob Zombie's 31, don't mind it. It's a little bit, it's not quite as good as some of his other movies, and it's not on as large a production scale, I don't think, as a lot of it's confined to the same building and stuff, but it's all right. Pearl, brilliant character piece. X, I loved it. I know some people are a bit divided on that, but I thought it was great. The Barge People, disappointing. British horror, that one. Well, I think it's British. Annabelle Creation, pretty good for an Annabelle movie. Annabelle Comes Home, quite good as well. The Come Down, don't think I've watched that. That's a British one. Here's my Wrong Turn collection. Wrong Turn. Good film, Wrong Turn. Wrong Turn Dead End, number 2, I didn't like. Wrong Turn 3, bit better. Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings, it's average. Wrong Turn 5, which actually has Doug Bradley in it, leading the mutants. Bit cheap and rubbish, really. He's quite good in it, but yeah. Last Resort, I hated, didn't like that one. The reboot from a couple of years ago, which was pretty good. They didn't use the mutants, it was a completely different story and idea, but I enjoyed it. The Outsiders, never watched it, need to get around to that one, does look good. In Fabric, weird kind of like, who's the director again? Is it Peter Strickland? He's done a few okay films. It wasn't bad. It's basically about a killer dress, to sum it up, and it's a bit all over the place, I found, but yeah, had some good imagery. It was alright. I weren't like thrilled by it. This one, a lot of people talk about The Dark and the Wicked. I found it a bit disappointing. I will rewatch it though. Django, fantastic film, loved that. Devil's Reject, yeah, just absolute bona fide classic now. Just amazing movie. Ready or Not, it's a good one. Good sort of cat and mouse thriller horror. Colour Out of Space with Nicolas Cage, H.P. Lovecraft adaptation, did enjoy that. Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood, not overly keen on that one, but I've not watched it for years. Clive Barker's Dread, never watched it, that's a German release. The Complete Collection, Resident Evil, all 6 films. I do have the new one on 4K, the better one. Westworld, need to get into that. Is this from... yeah, from Michael Flanagan, this one who did like Doctor Sleep and Oculus and Haunting of Hill House Show, Haunting of Bly Manor, you know, all those things. He's one of his earlier films, Absentia. Yeah, really creepy stuff. It's a simple film, and there's not always that much going on like with the imagery. You know, you don't even really see the entity in it. I'm not going to spoil too much, but it's very creepy. And that like that tunnel at the end of the street where something's lurking and, you know, near their house of the young woman and stuff like that, really, there's some creepy stuff involved in that. Yeah, worth a watch, Absentia. It's quite a hard one to get as well. I think the UK edition's out of print. Blue Underground, Daughters of Darkness, I did enjoy that, right up my alley. Hardcover, fun movie, do recommend that one. So actually, it says hardcover here, that's the German title. It's known as I, Madman. That is pretty good. This one is The Oblong Box with Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, never watched it. Gothic, Ken Russell, I personally thought that was rubbish, personally. Megan, fun film, looking forward to Megan 2.0. Hopefully they'll up the ante a little bit with the violence. Sorry guys, just getting a bit comfortable, because like I said, I'm going to have to do this in parts, so it'll probably take me about a week to do. Documentary, Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story, I'm looking forward to that. Ghost House, German edition, Ghost House Uncut, not bad. Sergio Martino, I do like a lot of his movies, but Scorpion with Two Tails, I did not enjoy. Bram Stoker's Dracula, I need to get around to watching that Blu-ray. Bela Lugosi in a network release of The Dark Eyes of London, I thought it was okay. Last Voyage of the Demeter, never watched it, it's a Dracula tale, need to get around to that one, it's just had a good 4K release over here. The Invisible Man Legacy Collection, VHS 99, fun as hell, love the VHS movies. Bit of trauma here, The Children, that's a fun one. Boris Karloff in The Ghoul, never watched it. Documentary here, Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini, really fun documentary, shows how he was a photographer in the war and stuff, well, in the military, and just brought his skills home and honed them. Yeah, great. Blair Witch Project and the 2016 follow-up, Blair Witch. I don't actually mind Blair Witch, the 2016 one. At least you get to see the witch in it, that was pretty cool. I know sometimes it's good left to your imagination. The Bogeyman, never watched it. Evil Dead Trap, very good. Very good Japanese horror. And Evil Dead Trap 2. Hideki, Not as good, but did have some good like violence and gore and stuff. So that's one shelf about done. It's took me ages, so it looks like this is going to be 2 hours again. I'll just show you, this is just me overflow at the bottom, just a bunch of standard releases. So as you can see there, we've got like E.T., The Revenant, Anastasia on DVD, Lord of the Rings trilogy, Planet of the Apes from 2001, Dark City, which I need to have a look at, Leon the Professional, Crawl, some documentaries there, David Attenborough, some Umbrella stuff there as well. I will try and pull these out actually, because some of these are quite good and interesting. So, Dagon, Stuart Gordon, it's a good one. H.P. Lovecraft adaptation. Razorback, Australian horror, not too bad. Don't think I'll upgrade to 4K or anything though. Guillermo del Toro, Devil's Backbone, never watched it. Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990, Tom Savini directed it. Phenomenal film, on par with the Black George A. Romero one in my opinion. Purgatory Road on the Unearthed Films line, never watched it. The Unnameable, I was looking forward to this, but I found it a little bit disappointing. Gutterballs, just absolute trash horror. This is proper slashy trashy. I may have to cover it one episode, but yeah, it's a load of rubbish. The characters are insufferable. The only good thing about it is the absolutely absurd, outrageous gore, and it's worth having for that alone. If you're a fan, if you're a gorehound. Witchboard 2, never watched it. Love the first one though. Right, so we have season 4. This is some shows here. Channel Zero, The Dream Door. I enjoyed that one. I wish they never cancelled the show. Then you have season 3. This is in the wrong order, but I'll just pull them out as they are. Butcher's Block, that was all right. No End House, really creepy stuff. Really enjoyed that one. The Demoniacs, I won't mind the 4K set. This is a Jean Roland film. Haven't watched it yet. Earth vs. the Flying Saucers. The Mummy. Alright, pretty fun action, straight to the point action movie. Mummy Returns, more of the same, pretty good. Braveheart, guys, never watched it. Don't tell anybody. Bad Boys 1 and 2, kind of fun movies. Love The Mask here. Bit of Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, The Mask, can't go wrong with that. Would love a 4K of it. Indiana Jones box set of the original, the first 4 films. It's a nice hard set. Got the Harry Potter collection. Some Wicked Eye releasing stuff, so I'll show a couple of these because these are worth looking at. We have Reformed Schoolgirls. This was a lot of fun. It's a little bit naughty in places, you know, showing the girls like naked and stuff, but they're all of age. It's like you know, they're in there to basically rehabilitate. It's like a school for like older girls. They're not like, you know, like, but yeah, you see some nudity. Necronomicon with Jeffrey Combs in the wraparound. Really good anthology, that one. That can go up there a sec. The Curse, didn't mind it. It's another sort of adaptation of A Colour Out of Space. Quite enjoyed that one. And The Gate 2, never watched it, guys. So there's a couple of cassettes there. I think that's like my parents' wedding or something. I don't know. So we have the Thing 2 movie set. That's got the original in there and the prequel. Nosferatu, that's the Klaus Kinski one. Pull that out a little bit. Just a German release of that. Didn't mind this one at all. I need to get around to watching the new one. We have Passion of the Christ, Wreck 2, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Mother, interesting concept, that one. 10 Cloverfield Lane, Cloverfield, I think is great. Kill List, another great one. The Gift, that was fun. Sinister, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. You got Unhinged with, what's his name, Russell Crowe. He's unhinged in that. A Blu-ray copy of Prometheus. I do have the 4K. I Sell the Dead, Autopsy of Jane Doe, great film. Dead Silence, Smiley, looks like garbage. It has the tagline on the cover. It's had over 1 million views on YouTube of the trailer. Gone Girl, good movie. I think it's a David Fincher one. The Boy, not a bad little horror film. Cabin Fever, Black Swan, really good. The Pianist, never watched it. And a couple of DVDs, Hunchback of Notre Dame and Santa Claus 2. So there's a little stack here I'll show you guys because I think they're quite interesting. Out of print now, but you got Zombievers, absolute stupidity, but it's fun enough. Land of the Dead Blu-ray, I don't need anymore because I have the 4K I'll be showing in a bit. Steelbook of Sweeney Todd the Demon, Barbara Fleet Street, don't think I've watched it. Betty Davis and Joan Crawford in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, I really want to watch that. 2000s horror here with Shrooms, it's kind of okay, it's a bit of a trip, no pun intended. Eden Lake, this one makes my blood boil. I like the film a lot, but the ending makes me seethe, like, just because, like, this could happen to anybody. These awful teenagers in this movie just harass the couple. I'm not going to spoil it, but the ending's so downbeat, and all you wanted was to see these little awful people just get the comeuppance, but unfortunately, things don't turn out how you want them to in that film. It makes my blood boil, that film, especially the parents of the teenagers. They absolutely suck. Storm Warning, this is getting a new release from Umbrella as well. Pretty good movie. Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth. I wish that I'd get a UK 4K. And randomly, I need to put these in better order. You see what I'm like about being all over the place? I warned you guys. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. There you go. That's all of that bookcase, guys. So, quick cut, and we'll start on the second one. Right, I missed the middle shelf, guys, so I'm just going to get this done. As you can see there, just some random favourites. So, I have the Arrow 4K of Tremors. Not got around to watching it on 4K yet. Really like the movie, though. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, starring Robert De Niro. That's not a bad film. Pitch Black, quite enjoyed it, although I'm not a big Vin Diesel fan, personally. Absolutely just spectacular film, The Lighthouse. Steelbook for The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. Classic zombie action there. Patrick, great exploitation. George A. Romero's Bruiser, had a good time with that. These are indicated, by the way. Two Orphan Vampires, good John Rowland movie. The Shiver of the Vampires, another John Rowland. Peter Cushing in Corruption, never watched it. Road Games with Jamie Lee Curtis and what's that guy called? Something Keach, Stacey Keach, I think it is. He was good in that. There's Road Games limited edition. That one's out of print now. The Legacy, enjoyed that. Wolf, watched half of it, need to watch the rest. I Monster with Christy Philly and Peter Cushing. This was great. I really enjoyed that spin on the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story. The Tingler with Vincent Price, quite good. Can't beat a good Vincent Price movie. Mad Magician with Vincent Price, never watched it. My lights are getting in the way here. Bloody New Year, it was alright. John Carpenter's classic Christine. Bunch of Indicator here, guys. Bit of a Suspiria rip-off with Terror. Fucking lies. Wonder if I'll get away with that swearing. The Gorgon. Never watched it. Night of the Demon. Never seen it. Some good slasher action. Happy Birthday to Me. Eye of the Cat. There's a pretty interesting sort of cat movie. A bit weird. Captain Clegg, had a lot of fun with that. Got the double pack from Powerhouse of Ghosts of Mars and Vampires. Two found footage greats here. Grave Encounters, brilliant. And then the follow-up, Grave Encounters 2, which isn't quite on par with the first, but it's also a lot of fun. Got Scream on 4K here. Love a bit of Scream. Just trying to get a bit comfortable, guys, because this is so awkward. It's taking me longer than I wanted to as well. Scream 2. Scream 3, not watched the 4K yet. Scream 4, why this didn't get 4K last year, I don't know. But there's the Blu-ray. And then we have Scream 5. They just wanted to call it 6, but it's Scream 5. And Scream 6 with the exclusive HMV slip. The Mask of the Red Death. He Came from the Swamp. William Griffin set, or whatever it's called. Easy Rider. Classic. Wes Craven's Red Eye, 1917 on 4K, not watched it yet. Pulp Fiction, Tarantino masterpiece. Who Saw Her Die from Shameless, I was a bit disappointed in that. A good new one here, Sting, quite enjoyed that one. Black Sunday 4K, great film, great 4K as well. And we have Mad Max on 4K, one of my favourites, and The Lost Boys, and Mad Max Road Warriors. Right. My feet are absolutely killing now. Okay, so we've done all of this. All of that's done. You can hear me out of breath. I'm going to have a rest and then I'll tackle the second. Right, so on to the second bookcase. Let's try and get through this one. So I have the Terminator 4K Steelbook. Giallo Essentials, the Region A Yellow Edition with Sergio Martino's Torso. The other film is Strip Nude for Your Killer and What Have They Done to Your Daughters. Good set. I enjoyed all three films. Torso's the best one in the set, but the other two are good movies too. Good sort of like horror exploitation set. the lovely Blood and Black Lace 4K set from Arrow. This is all Arrow box sets, by the way, a continuation of that. Like I say, my collection, I do have a certain order, but some of it's a little bit all over the place. So I've got another bookcase with like Arrow standard editions in as well, which I'll be getting to later on in the video. The Warriors 4K set from Arrow. Love that thing. These videos tire me out, by the way, so like I keep saying, so do excuse me if I breathe a little bit heavily. The Carry 4K from Arrow. I've got lights falling down now, that's okay. I will just tuck them back. Donald Sutherland and Jeff Goldblum in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The 4K set came out last year. Brilliant 4K, love the set. The best rendition of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I'd say, although I haven't seen the original. Silence of the Lambs on 4K. House by the Cemetery, the Arrow 4K. 4K set for An American Werewolf in London. Werewolf classic there. Brian De Palma's Carlito's Way. Sean Penn and Al Pacino, that's the 4K. 4K set for Tremors 2, Aftershocks. Didn't like it as much as Tremors, but they're the only two Tremors movies I've seen anyway. The Demons 1 and 2 set, the one that parts in the centre. Beautiful thing. I need to revisit Demons 2. I've never watched that one on 4K, but Demons look great in 4K. The RoboCop 4K set, yeah, RoboCop first time watch for me when I bought this set during kind of like lockdown times, and I loved the film. Yeah, it was a first time watch then. Candyman on 4K, awesome set. Blu-ray set for Last House on the Left. It's even got the soundtrack in. That's a beautiful thing. I suppose we'll get a 4K version of that at some point. Hills Have Eyes on 4K, not even opened yet. The awful Hills Have Eyes Part 2, I just wanted it as a completionist, and I got that one in mint condition, super cheap. David Cronenberg's Videodrome on 4K. Yeah, that'll make you think. Another Cronenberg, Crash, that's a Blu-ray, and the 4K set for Naked Lunch, another strange film from the mind of Cronenberg. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Michael Rooker, pretty good film, good grimy little, you know, killer-like movie, just a movie basically following the killer around. Henry. Onto Mill of the Stone Women, good little gothic 60s movie. That's a Blu-ray, by the way. Henry was a 4K. Wild Things, this is a 4K. Fun movie. I mean, I'm not overly into it, but I thought it was good. Perhaps don't warrant having that nice big set, but I'll keep it because I like these Arrow editions. Nightbreed. I remember when Nightbreed and American Werewolf in London got released on Blu-ray on the same day I had those sets. That's the Blu-ray that was. Bloodbath Blu-ray. I think that one's out of print now. Crimson Peak. I'll just give you a little peek. The 4K set, the really nice one. Came out last summer. Shelf 2. Friday the 13th collection, the deluxe edition, all the films, even the remake, you know, up to Freddy vs. Jason. But slowly, they are coming out on 4K as well, so I am upgrading to 4K, but I'll always keep this gorgeous set. We have part 2 on 4K, Arrow's release of the 2009 remake on 4K, House of Thousand Corpses 20th anniversary edition box set. You know, it's got loads of goodies in there and supplements. Possession on 4K from Umbrella, a few Umbrella titles now. The Tunnel on Blu-ray, yeah, pretty good found footage there. 4K 4-film collection for Terrifier, including the prequel, All Hallows Eve. That's a nice set. I just wish I'd have got the hardbound Art Attack one, but I might even get, I collect the Terrifier set, so I might even just get it when there's a, you know, when the 4 core films are, I'll probably get it. Then it'll be a 5-film set with a prequel. The Hitcher box set from Second Sight, yeah, one of the best releases of last year. Yeah, absolutely stunning, that set. Everyone's seen that. I won't pull that one out. Terrifier 3, the first edition from HMV. Lovely set again. Few people not too keen on the Terrifier 3 4K. It didn't look the best film in 4K, but I imagine with it having a kind of grindhouse look to it and, you know, that kind of aesthetic, I don't think Terrifier is necessarily meant to look like the sharpest 4K. I mean, I don't know, maybe the Umbrella one looks better. I haven't watched Terrifier 3 from Umbrella yet. I've only watched the first one out of that set. Dawn of the Dead Blu-ray set, the, you know, the limited edition with the novelization and everything. And then I've got the slimmed down version from Second Sight as well with the 4Ks in. So that's the 4K one, and then I've got the big one with Blu-ray. Night of the Living Dead Criterion 4K. Day of the Dead. Oh, I can't wait till the day 4K for this gets announced. Day of the Dead there from Umbrella. Document of the Dead, Romero documentary. What's this one? Birth of the Living Dead, another documentary. That's a Blu-ray, by the way. Diary of the Dead on Blu-ray. I do have them all mixed up a little bit. My Stephen King section even has DVDs mixed in. And the Final in the Dead chapter, Survival of the Dead. Probably the weakest one in the series as well. So on this shelf I have some of my Scream. This is shelf number 3 on the second bookcase. We've got Scream Factory 4Ks going into Second Sight 4K and Blu-ray limited editions. So I'm just going to get a little bit comfortable and we'll go through these. Fantastic Stepfather on 4K. Shocker, that was a good 4K. Some really vibrant scenes in that one. Land of the Dead. The Blob 1988 remake in 4K. The Burning. Night of the Comet. These are all 4K, by the way. Dawn of the Dead, the Snyder remake from like 2004. Return of the Living Dead, classic. Pumpkinhead, one of my Halloween favourites. Night of the Demons, another Halloween favourite. Black Christmas on 4K. Child's Play. Tales from the Dark Side. I did put the Blu-ray Collector's Edition slip on the 4K. This is actually the 4K. Killer Clowns from Outer Space 4K Steelbook. Army of Darkness 4K, which I'm yet to watch. Creep from Second Sight on Blu-ray. Love the Creep series. I need to finish the Creep tapes on Shudder. Dog Soldiers, beautiful 4K set. May on Blu-ray. One of the first 4K sets Second Sight did, and that's of the Babadook. The Witch 4K set. It Follows. These are stunning sets. These are Lake Mungo on Blu-ray. The Changeling on 4K. Late Night with the Devil 4K set. The Strangers Blu-ray. Borderlands Blu-ray. Inside Blu-ray. Just gonna get a better footing, guys. That'll be the thing with this video. I will be moving about a little bit and there'll be quite a few edits. Ginger Snaps Blu-ray trilogy. Got the, as well as having the separate box set, I got Paranormal Activity, the limited edition from Second Sight. That's really nice. Some good features. Ghost Watch, fantastic set from 101 Films. Need to get rid of a bit of the dust off there. This room does need a good dust. I do dust quite frequently, but I need to do a bit more. Ghost Watch there. And the lovely 4K Alligator 1 and 2 set from 101 as well. There's a look at that shelf that I've just gone through. Oh, getting tired, so quite a bit still to go, but I'm going to try and whiz through this as quick as I can, guys. So we have this shelf here. We've got some 88 film slip covers into some Vinegar Syndrome sets. So that's how I've done this one, because I like a lot of my kind of favourite sets and things, you know, on display in these centerpiece bookcases. Blood on Satan's Claw 4K on the Tygon range. Witchfinder General 4K, which I'm yet to check out. Yeah, I've seen the film, just not that 4K. Curse of the Crimson Altar, that's a good one. The Rubbish Pumpkinhead 2, but it's a lovely edition, more lovely than the film. Anthropophagus or Anthropophagus. Absurd, a loose kind of sequel, if you will. Mario Bava, Hatchet for the Honeymoon on Blu-ray. Whipping the Body Blu-ray. Cannibal Holocaust 4K. I think that was one of the first 4Ks I got from 88 Films. Burial Ground on 4K. Love this film, so much fun. It goes up in my estimation every time I view it. Zombie 5 Killing Birds, fun time. Hell of the Living Dead, kind of fun, but I wasn't into it. Zombie Holocaust I did enjoy, and I kind of kicked myself for not getting the 4K, but I'm happy with the Blu-ray. I may upgrade one day if the price is right. Christopher Lee and the Bloody Judge. Bit of sort of like a sort of fun, like adventure action movie, Evolution. A Candle for the Devil, that was quite good. Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. Seven Curse on Blu-ray. Bit of exploitation with Snapshot, very good. The Crazy Humanoids from the Deep. And we have, if I can get past this divider, So Sweet, So Perverse, that was good. I have a Vinegar Syndrome like divider here. I'm just going to move along, guys, so I can actually like show you guys properly. Got the Babe on there, so we just put that back a little bit. We have the Homegrown Horrors Volume 2 set. I think this is the best set. featuring Dead Girls, which was good, Moonstalker good, and Hanging Heart I didn't like, I do admit that. But The Tenant, Roman Polanski's The Tenant on 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. Trey Parker's Cannibal the Musical, that's a quite recent release. Lamberto Bava's A Blade in the Dark. The Prophecy Collection. Censor, which was a fun one about someone who works on the kind of British Board of Film Classification, and she's going sort of on a weird mental trip. TCM2 from Vinegar Syndrome, beautiful 4K, just got the Arrow as well. Grave on the VSA line. Reimagining of The House of Usher from the 1980s, Edgar Allan Poe's tale, starring Ollie Reed and Donald Pleasance, that one. Fade to Black, it's a good, interesting, fun film. Devil Times 5, good horror exploitation. Drop Dead Fred. Buried Alive on Blu-ray, I'll put that one to one side. Madman 4K, still haven't checked out the Arrow yet. Freeway on 4K. The Amityville Horror on 4K. Lenticular Slip for Rabid Grannies on Blu-ray. And we have Don't Answer the Phone, which was a good exploitation thriller. Down here is the next one along, so I won't pause for too long so we can kind of get this nailed. I have Media Books Blu-ray. I don't think I have any 4K Media Books yet. Into my Stephen King collection, which is pretty good. Some films aren't in the Stephen King collection that are Stephen King adaptations. They're in like my 4K sections and Arrow and stuff, or Scream Factory. But if they're not in those labels, I will put them in the Stephen King selection. So Media Books, I have Super Dark Times, pretty interesting piece. Yeah, I quite liked it. About teen angst, and these guys accidentally killed their friend and they've got to cover it up and they're trying to live with that. Near Dark, lovely media book. Terrifier the Beginning, aka All Hallows Eve. The Very Hard to Get Headless, which is a gory time, very brutal film, very nasty stuff in this one. Quite a difficult one to get. I mean, I paid £40 for that media book brand new about 5 years ago. Don't see that one hardly anywhere. Suspiria remake, media book. Vincent Price in Madhouse. Forget what that one's called now. Stars John Saxon. I think it's on the back. I forgot. It's in German. Sex of the Dead. I kind of enjoyed this kind of low budget offering. Brain Dead. Cyst. Pretty good sort of gooey special effects film creature feature. Cabbage Patch Kids. Well, load of old rubbish, but it's fun and it is what it is. The Complete Tales from the Crypt on Blu-ray, seasons 1 to 7. Labyrinth digibook, the 30th anniversary Blu-ray. To Kill a Mockingbird media book, not even opened that one. And now on to the Stephen King with a media book of Needful Things, Eureka limited edition of Cujo, a DVD copy of The Langoliers, Stephen King on-screen documentary Blu-ray, which I haven't got around to watching. Firestarter, I've actually seen the remake and not the original, which was a bit of a silly mistake on my part. Not necessarily, it's a mistake that I just didn't watch the original first, is what I'm trying to say. Shining on 4K, Stanley Kubrick's 1980s classic. The Brilliant Doctor Sleep, which was a good film, very much so. Pet Sematary remake, I don't hate it. The Stand, pretty good miniseries. Not tried watching the remake of that, but I didn't care for it. Cell, I've seen on TV, but I don't really like it. I just got this very, very cheap for my Stephen King collection. Thinner, I wouldn't mind the Scream Factory Collector's Edition of that. That's the Olive Films one there. Dreamcatcher, sometimes they come back, and then there's a bunch of sequels to that too. Stephen King's It, the original miniseries, and the story of It, Pennywise, the story of It, the making of a monster. It, the 2017 remake, and Chapter 2, I think that was 2019. The Mist, good film. The Green Mile, never watched it. Stand By Me, good, yeah, good tale. Good adventure movie, didn't mind that one at all. I know a lot of people have a soft spot for that. I like it, I don't love it. Salem's Lot, pretty good. Children of the Corn remake. Shawshank Redemption on Blu-ray. Stephen King's Riding the Bullet, no idea what that entails, I've never watched it. Johnny Depp in Secret Window. Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore in the Carrie remake. One that desperately needs a Blu-ray or a 4K, and that's The Night Flyer, brilliant, got the DVD of that. Apt Pupil, never watched it. Some series based on King novels now. Nightmares and Dreamscapes DVD from Stephen King. The Outsider, yeah, stellar show. I did enjoy The Outsider. Castle Rock, brilliant, season 1. And Castle Rock season 2, where they tell the backstory of Annie Wilkes. So on to this final part of the second bookcase now, and I'll show you a couple because I want to pull these out. I got a Spanish copy of Fright Night 2. Love Fright Night 2. It needs a really good release, and one day we'll get it, I'm sure. Spawn, The Company of Wolves. I wouldn't mind that. Scream Factory 4K. I've had my finger on it for a while, but never kind of pulled the trigger. Brightburn, didn't mind that at all. Life, pretty good Alien rip-off. The Crazies, the remake, never watched it. The Orphanage, never watched it. The Void, good film. It Comes at Night, I've never watched. Charlie's Farm, good slasher. Excision, very good sort of like character piece. Turbo Kid, that's a fun one. Cabin in the Woods, not bad. 30 Days of Night, pretty good vampire one. Up here we have a few non-horrors like Notorious, Nightcrawler, which was a very good film. Starry Eyes on Blu-ray. Let the Right One In. Buried. A Quiet Place Part 2, Underneath a Quiet Place. I like the first one the best. I didn't think Part 2 was very good, really. So I've been a bit hesitant on the newest release, you know, the prequel or whatever it is, the Part 3. High Life, never watched it. Clown, pretty good. I like it. Strangers Pray at Night, that's a good one. Prom Night remake, never watched it. The House That Jack Built, that's a good film. Unfriended Dark Web, I do like. And Unfriended, because I have a soft spot for like found footage. Dying Breed, a Ouija 2-movie collection, the second one's pretty good. St. Maud, yeah, I didn't mind it. Weird sort of like, again, weird kind of psychological horror. Jacob's Ladder, I've never actually watched. Hostel Part 3, Part 2 and Part 1. Part 1 I really like. The other two I'm not too keen on. American Mary, that was good. Dead Snow, never watched it. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. The Dyatlov, yeah, I think it's Dyatlov Pass Incident. That's a good fan footage. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Hitch a remake with Sean Bean. That's not great. We Need to Talk About Kevin. Yeah, it's a good psychological thriller. 2001 Maniac sequel. Field of Screams. Load of rubbish. Byzantium. That was good. Good weird vampire film. Then we have Hellfest, pretty good. Haunt. Class of Nukem High 2, I didn't like. Class of Nukem High, the Blu-ray, really like that one. That was a fun trauma. Bloodfest is okay. Personal Shopper's alright. Red Riding Hood, I've never watched. The Faculty, overrated in my opinion. The Monster Project, good fan footage. Feast, pretty good. Tourist Trap, The Visit. Tragedy Girls, Bunnyman Massacre, which I have a little bit of a soft spot for because it's fun. Amityville Horror remake with Ryan Reynolds, it's okay. Ghost Stories, not too keen, but it's not the worst thing. And then good thriller Identity. So that's all of the second bookcase, guys, all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, I'll just do a quick cut and we'll get on to the next. So there's two of the main bookcases done. They're like the main ones where I display like a lot of my limited editions, not all of my limited stuff, but these are like my two main ones. I do need to after I've done this complete collection video, I'm actually going to switch things up a little bit and get the room sorted, because it's again in a little bit of disarray. I've had a lot of like new stuff, and I've got things I need to move in the room, and there's like packaging, and it's just a little bit of a mess. I did have it really tidy like a while ago, but I need to actually do a bit. I'm going to even sort these bookcases out again, I think, and then maybe in the future when I do another complete collection, there'll be different stuff, and you know, you'll see it like from a different, you know, organised differently. But anyway, onto this bookcase, basically next to the big one here, excuse my dodgy filming, I have like a little one, well, a shorter one. In this one I have like a Christmas section, so I've got a bunch of like miscellaneous Christmas movies with a few horror Christmas films, whatnot. That's all Blu-ray and DVD, bit of 4K. Then I've got kind of like all my Disney Blu-rays, and then just a bunch of non-horror stuff at the bottom. So I'm going to get comfortable, and I'll start with the Christmas section. So this is like a bunch of Blu-rays. I've got Santa Claus the movie, which I haven't seen. Christmas Carol, animated one. The Albert Finney Scrooge, which I'm yet to watch. Frosty the Snowman. Polar Express on Blu-ray, Fred Claus, pretty fun film, Miracle on 34th Street, the remake, It's a Wonderful Life, How the Grinch Stole Christmas on 4K, that looked pretty darn good on that format, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on Blu-ray, Bad Santa, Jim Carrey in the live action The Grinch, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the George C. Scott A Christmas Carol from the early 80s, Home Alone, The Snowman, love The Snowman. It's only like 25 minutes long, but it's such an endearing like classic short. Onto some like horror here with P2, kind of like a good thriller, good horror thriller. Bad Santa 2, Santa with Muscles starring Hulk Hogan. I haven't got around to watching that yet. It was a import, but on a sale, so I thought I'd grab that one and have a look. Violent Night, I enjoyed that. Pretty fun stuff. The Wolf of Snow Hollow, weren't too bad at all. Good horror set in the snow. The Children, very good horror set on New Year's Eve, where parents have got to basically decide whether they're going to take out their rabid children or not, or just basically get killed by them. The Lodge, good sort of slow burn, atmospheric horror. Dead End on DVD, set on Christmas Eve. I was not impressed by this, I didn't like it at all. Fat Man with Mel Gibson, not watched it properly. Synapse Blu-ray of The Dawn That Dripped Blood, good movie, man. Set at like sort of on the Christmas break at some dormitories that have been done up and whatnot, renovated, and there's a killer on the loose. Really fun slasher there. The 2006 Black Christmas remake, love it, really good. Couple of Vinegar Syndrome Christmas films. Deadly Games, also known as Dial Code Santa Claus, that's kind of a really interesting, I think it's a French film, is it? Don't Open Till Christmas, that's a British one, that's a good one. Well, good for a grimy slasher. Few like Christmas DVDs here, because with the Christmas stuff, like some of it's harder to get on Blu-ray, so I do keep the DVDs. Got like a pack here featuring like Scrooge, what does it have on it? Scrooge, Holiday Inn, White Christmas, and It's a Wonderful Life. So some of them I do actually have on Blu-ray, but I just thought I'd keep that edition because it wasn't expensive or anything. Annie and Oliver, double pack. The Chronicles of Narnia, like the old classic BBC live action series. A Home Alone double pack with Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Christmas Time in Southport, bunch of Christmas episodes, that's a lot of fun. Muppets Christmas Carol, one of my favourite, if not my favourite Christmas movie. Some great songs in that, really good musical, and I don't normally like musicals. The Santa Claus, Jingle All the Way, I try and breeze through these. Elf, what's this one? Countdown to Christmas, some Mickey Mouse and Friends animated film, which I haven't watched. Once Upon a Christmas and Twice Upon a Christmas. They're fun, like Mickey Mouse, sort of like children's Christmas movies. Bugs Bunny's Looney Tunes Christmas Tales, not even unsealed that one. Scooby-Doo the Winter Dog, bunch of like Simpsons Christmas episodes, Christmas with the Simpsons, Christmas DVD double pack. The Snowman again, but on DVD. It's got pretty much the same cover as the Blu-ray. This one is The Muppets, and it's a very Merry Muppet Christmas movie. A Muppets Christmas, Letters to Santa, Polar Express again, is it the Alistair Sim Scrooge, which I'm again yet to watch. This is a DVD copy. Tom and Jerry, Pause for Holiday. A Very Merry Pooh Year with Winnie the Pooh. That's quite fun. A little childhood favourite of mine, Winnie the Pooh. Gremlins with the cool seasonal packaging. Krampus, Better Watch Out, I did like that. To All a Good Night, it's a slasher, I wasn't too keen. Zombies at Christmas, again, I think it's also might be called A Cadaver Christmas, if it's that one, that's another title for it, I weren't keen on that. Silent Night, I mean, it's alright, you got like Malcolm McDowell in there, he's a great actor, and some others, but yeah, I didn't think too much to it, it was okay. The Killing Tree, British one, pretty fun, just about a killer Christmas tree basically. It's possessed by a serial killer. I'm down to the Disney stuff now, so I've got a bunch of Disney stuff on Blu-ray, mainly the classics, you know, like the classic animated films. They're worth having on Blu-ray, I think, because I got them so cheap. With Disney Plus being a thing now, they were going at a very good price, so I thought, why not? This was a while ago actually. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Pinocchio, Dumbo, Bambi, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, Sword in the Stone, Jungle Book Diamond Edition, Alice in Wonderland, The Rescuers, love The Rescuers, such a fun animated film, Fox and the Hound, bit sad but a good one. All of these are good, I think, actually. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Robin Hood, good music in that one. The Aristocats, that's fun. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, which is a bit faded on the spine. I think I bought it like that because I got them pre-owned, but I did pay about like £2, £3 a piece for these in mint condition, but like pre-owned. Diamond edition for The Lion King, Pocahontas, Hercules, Wall-E, Finding Nemo, Inside Out. These are the Pixar ones. Now Onward, never watched it. Cars is okay. Up, and then a double pack of Fantasia and Fantasia 2000. That's the Disney. Oh, there's some more Disney here actually. Some Pixar and live action ones, which I'm not overly keen on these, but yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas, absolute Christmas classic. The live action Aladdin, it was all right, and The Lion King, basically a carbon copy of the animated film, but in live action form with like CGI animals instead. It was all right. I didn't see the point in it really. A Bug's Life is a good one. Monsters Inc., yeah, I love that. Monsters University. Random Guillermo del Toro film here, The Shape of Water. Yeah, really good take on the whole creature of the Black Lagoon thing. You know, it's a love story between a woman and a sea creature, half man, half sea creature. Predator. Bit of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly with Step Brothers. I find that really funny. It's a bit silly, but it's a good laugh. The 25th anniversary edition of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Popeye, which I need to get around to watching again. This is the Jurassic Park. I don't know what's in this actually. I think you've got the first three, the original with the Lost World, Jurassic Park. Those two I really like, and then of course number 3, which is fun enough but not the best film in the world, and then Jurassic World. I've got Dominion and Fallen Kingdom somewhere, I think. American Gangster, directed by Ridley Scott, Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, brilliant film. Mel Gibson's Apocalypto, another absolutely just amazing film. Gangs of New York, really good stuff. Random 007, I'm not keen on Bond, but I do have a random Blu-ray, Casino Royale. The Big Lebowski. Peanut Butter Falcon, that was quite a good feel-good movie. The RoboCop remake, I think Gary Oldman's in that, Samuel L. Jackson, I've never watched it. Simpsons movie, yeah, fan of The Simpsons, more so the older stuff, but the movie was okay. I think with The Simpsons, after the movie, even though the animation got a lot better and looks a lot brighter and like is in high definition, I just think the series kind of dropped off as a whole after the movie got released. Blu-ray of Quadrophenia, never watched that one. Gladiator, I've never seen Gladiator. Criminal, I know. Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, great film. Ali Ermey's brilliant in that. The Departed, it's a good one. And Inception, which is a Nolan film, but I've never watched it. So that's all that bookcase. On to the next one. I'll try and not do a cut here. So I'm getting up off the floor. I'll try and show you something a bit more interesting. So we go around here. There's the television, the OLED TV. And I have a bookcase here, like a thin one. I do have a lot of stuff in there, but mainly it's got some display things. So as you can see there, I've put some limited editions. Then you've got a little Crash Bandicoot controller holder on the top, a Donald Duck Teddy, and so yeah, I've got some on display. So we've got Congo on display there. I'm just gonna pop that out for a sec, just to make life a little bit easier. So up here is like my Batman section, bunch of Batman stuff, random Congo sticker there I got with the VS edition. So let's go through the sort of Batman collection. Got the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. Need to get around to watching that. 89 Batman on 4K. Yeah, probably one of the best Batman films. Another one of my personal favourite Batmans, Batman Returns. Danny DeVito as the Penguin's just amazing. The Long Halloween Part 2, Part 1's in there somewhere. We're a bit out of order, so like I say about my collection, I know where things are, but it's a bit crazy, the order is. Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are all animated Batman films. Batman Hush, Assault on Arkham, just one in there. Doom That Came to Gotham, kind of like a Lovecraftian sort of Batman film. Soul of the Dragon, never watched it. Batman versus Two-Face, just move that sticker over. What's this one? Gotham Knight. The Killing Joke, never actually read the graphic novel of that one, but apparently it's good. The Dark Knight Returns Part 1, I'm actually going to take one of these out, just again to make things a little bit easier. Dark Knight Returns Part 2, Batman versus Robin, Batman Ninja, that was a pretty fun one. Some of these animated ones can be a bit hit or miss, but I do like them on average. Batman and Harley Quinn, and the Long Halloween Part 1, so that should go with Part 2 really. On shelf 2, I've randomly got my Frogman Blu-ray on display, then some more Batman. So got the box for that one, that's Batman Begins. These are the Nolan trilogy, The Dark Knight, fantastic, and The Dark Knight Rises, which I've only watched the once I think, but I did like it. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie from 2019, 4-pack of the original anthology of like Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, The Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, the complete animated series, one of the best Batman things out there, the classic 90s series, that's complete. Batman Forever on 4K, that's the Batman section, and then a couple of Studio Ghibli bits, the Studio Canal editions, My Name is Totoro, The Brilliant Spirited Away, The Amazing Howl's Moving Castle, and a random Blu-ray for Sasquatch Sunset. So we're getting through this a bit quicker than I thought, which is good, because like I said, my last complete collection was like 2.5 hours maybe it is on the channel, but I thought I'd try and breeze through a little bit. So a bunch of Tarantino stuff on Blu-ray, documentary, QTA, Reservoir Dogs I need to upgrade. I'm going to get the 4K for Jackie Brown, that's a brilliant Tarantino film. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, I want the 4Ks for them as well when they're out in the UK. Inglourious Bastards on Blu-ray, I've got the Arrow Set 2, Django Unchained, one of his best I think, Hateful Eight, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Classic horror, Don't Look Now on 4K. John Carpenter's Escape from LA. Some Vinegar Syndrome here with like Beware Children at Play. Not bad. Good kind of creepy kid movie. Death Game, quite enjoyable. Slashers, this was interesting. A bit rubbish, but it did have some good moments, and that killer especially with the chainsaw, I think he's called Chainsaw Charlie in the film, was so cool and fun to watch. 4K edition of Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. And the 4K edition of Pet Sematary, those were out, I think it was last September. Dawn of the Mummy, Treasured Films release, I'm just going to pop that up as well while I go through here. Oh, some random Disney stuff I've obviously not put in the Disney section, because sometimes I just put stuff in my collection, like I've got my main stuff where I want it, but Soul, still sealed, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, that was a remarkable trilogy, they didn't really need to do any more. Unbreakable, not too keen on that one, but it's all right. The Grindhouse double feature with Tarantino's Death Proof and Planet Terror, which is a good one. Man of Steel, never watched it. Yes Man, it's all right, comedy I suppose. Baby Driver, never watched it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Fifth Element on Blu-ray, that's a good one. Wes Craven's Vampire in Brooklyn, starring Eddie Murphy. One from last year, Tarot, thought it was fun. Not exactly reinventing the wheel, but it was a fun little horror movie, reminded me of a 2000s sort of style. Strangers Chapter 1, didn't hate it. I know a lot of people were a bit sour on that one. 101 Films is fantastic set for Slumber Party Massacre and number 2, all on 4K. Deep Blue Sea Blu-ray, that's just about redundant because I'm getting the Arrow 4K set. And Roman Polanski's The Fearless Vampire Killers, which I'm yet to watch. So we're getting this little bookcase done. There's From Beyond from 88 Films on 4K, fantastic release. Just getting here, got the Elijah Wood Maniac remake. Hills Have Eyes 2, which is a part of the remake series. What's his name? Can't remember his bloody name now. The Colin Farrell Fright Night remake. Don't think I've watched that one. We Are Still Here, that's a good one. Crystal Lake Memories, the Friday the 13th complete documentary. Afflicted, pretty okay fan footage film. Poltergeist remake, awful. Frozen, good Adam Green thriller. February, also known as Black Coat's Daughter, that's a good atmospheric one. House of the Devil, VFW, North by Northwest, Alfred Hitchcock here, I haven't watched. Rear Window, watched it last year, loved it. Amazing film. The Birds, another classic there, good one. Tetsuo, the Iron Man and Body Hammer. I liked Iron Man, this is still sealed. I have watched Iron Man and Body Hammer, the sequel, I've yet to watch. And then we got one that's Basic Instinct on Blu-ray, which I haven't watched. So go down here, I've got Vinegar Syndrome's Ticks on display. Awesome film, you've probably seen me show that a little bit on the channel. Some random like studio release horror films, Donkey Punch, The Invisible Man remake, Malignant, Hatching, The Deep House, Insidious, which is a good paranormal film, Insidious Chapter 2, not too bad, Insidious Chapter 3, The Last Key. I need the latest one, but I didn't like it. Only Lovers Left Alive, I think that's a vampire one, I haven't watched. Chopping Mall, good stuff, good cheesy 80s stuff. Later Rest and Chrome School Later Rest 2. I've watched the first one, thought it was okay. Blade on Blu-ray and Blade on 4K, fantastic, probably one of the best superhero movies. Blade 2. Maniac 2, which is an unofficial sequel. Toby Hooper's Mortuary, which is fine enough. I'm knocking stuff here, that's not good because I'm getting into the tight section. Not too much to show here, so I'll just do a quick little flick through if I can actually get to it. I'm getting very sweaty and very tired. The Black Phone, Lady in White, Altered State, which I'm yet to unseal, I want to see that. My goodness. The Barn, indie horror. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. How's the October Built? That's a pretty good fan footage film. Deathgasm, that was a lot of fun. 2001 Maniacs, the original with Robert Englund. I didn't like the sequel. Field of Screams, I think I showed that earlier. Overlord, Exorcist on Blu-ray, that's redundant now. The Last Exorcism, that's fantastic. I Thought The Falling, which I've never watched. John Carpenter's Starman, never watched. Village of the Damned, The Ward, all John Carpenter movies. All the Leprechaun films in the collection. And we have here Leprechaun Returns, which was all right, I thought. Some random things down here. We have, let's have a look. We have a bit of dust that needs to go. I do need to. Red State, it's a pretty good movie. Living Dead Girls, not too bad. Chronicle, that's enjoyable. Southbound, good anthology. That one is Tower of Evil, that was good. Star Wars Collection, the original trilogy. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Chinatown Blu-ray, the brilliant One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Birdman and Casino. So, sorry I didn't pull them out, but I am exhausted. I should maybe take a break. We could do this bookcase. We're getting there, guys. I mean, I'm trying to speed this video along a little bit. So some of the filming is a little bit dodgy because this is the best means of doing it, shelf by shelf. Poltergeist on 4K. I Am Not a Serial Killer. Squirm, which I did enjoy. Red Dragon. Perfect Blue. I need to crap that one up. Valerie in a Week of Wonders. Looking forward to seeing that sometime. Lake Nowhere. Imagine that's quite a hard one to get. Schindler's List. Blood Simple. Horror Hospital. Mel Gibson in The Patriot. Knock Knock. Brain Dead. Random Spanish release. Freaky, a lot of fun. Enjoyed Freaky, good one with Vince Vaughn. Catherine Newton. Creature from the Black Lagoon collection. Alien 3. Alien Resurrection. Alien Covenant. Brilliant Prometheus on 4K. Classic DVD for TCM. This is some of my TCM films here. Leatherface, TCM 3. The Beginning. 2003 remake, good stuff. Texas Chainsaw 3D. Leatherface, random prequel is alright. Some Shameless here. The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. All the Colours of the Dark, Sergio Martino. Chillerama, random low budget kind of indie anthology. It was alright in parts. Cabin Fever remake, never watched it. The Last Showing with Robert Englund, never watched it. Loved Ones, good one. I think that's either Australian or from New Zealand. Doomsday, never watched it. So just going to get a little bit comfortable. Bunch of 101 films now. Again, a lot of my collection's kind of mixed up, but I know where everything sort of is. Cherry Falls, Monster Man, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which I've just got for completionist purposes. I don't like the film. Late Phases, pretty good little werewolf movie. Effects, starring Tom Savini. I did quite like that. Good, like, kind of about a snuff film and a grimy slasher. What's this one? Death Dream, Bob Clark, that's good. David Cronenberg's Existence, that's not bad. The Ghoulies, fun. Ghoulies 2, need to crack it open. Lord of Illusions I liked, but I haven't got around to watching my Blu-ray. I watched it on streaming. Robert Englund in Phantom of the Opera. Nightmares. The Headhunter. Spring, which was a pretty good one. Rabid remake. Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. Willy's Wonderland. Wizard of Oz on 4K, randomly in there. Piranha, that was a good one. Good classic. Devil's Due, enjoyable found footage for me. Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell. Witches of Eastwick, still sealed. Neon Maniacs. The classic Tales from the Crypt film and Vault of Horror. A Girl Walks Alone, Home Alone at Midnight. Woman in Black remake. Darling, that's quite an interesting one. My Name is Bruce there. I'll just show you that one. I'll show you these actually because it's quite easy to get out. Wreck Americanized remake, Quarantine, not as good. Plain of the Dead, and Fear. So we are getting there, guys. On to more just random studio released horror. There's some more 101 films at the bottom there. M. Night Shyamalan Split, it was alright, I quite like that one. Sea Fever, a little bit boring in places more, that was a good one. Happy Death Day, never watched. Hills of Eyes remake, good stuff. Drag Me to Hell, just got the 4K. I do have a stack of this month's additions to the collection as well, which I won't really be showing in this complete collection video, and simply because I want to have them fresh for my additions to the collection. But so there is a, you know, but like I will show you like the pile, like that's a bunch of new stuff I've picked up. I've got like several piles, but I'm not going to go into too much detail with them. Hannibal, good stuff. Unsane, which is apparently just shot on an iPhone. Quite like that one. Let's get the camera in a better angle. Escape from Tomorrowland, is it? Or Escape from Tomorrow, really interesting film. They went and shot in Disneyland and basically made a film out of it. They wasn't supposed to, apparently. Machete, pretty fun. Machete Kills, never watched it. Mother's Day remake, which is completely different to the Troma film. It's just so different. The Brilliant Watership Down on Blu-ray. Freaks, I didn't mind Freaks. Some David Lynch here. Inland Empire, get your head around that. And Eraserhead, good film though, Eraserhead. Not one of my favourites, but The Straight Story. Wild at Heart, very good. Blue Velvet, very good. I haven't got around to watching The Elephant Man yet. That's the Blu-ray. Requiem for a Vampire, Jean Rollin. The Wicker Tree, legacy sequel to The Wicker Man. Vince Vaughn in Brawl in Cell Block 99, never watched, looks good though. The Iron Rose, that's quite a good piece, like set in a graveyard. Found, pretty brilliant, like that one. The original TV movie for The Woman in Black, a lot better than the Daniel Radcliffe remake in my opinion. 2013 Evil Dead remake. Shin Godzilla, some found footage with the Chernobyl Diaries, good stuff. Wes Craven's Serpent and the Rainbow, I need a better edition for that, like the Scream Factory Blu-ray or 4K when it's inevitably released. Summer of Fear, it's not a bad one, starring Linda Blair. It's Wes Craven as well, and another Wes Craven here, My Soul to Take. And then we're on to a bunch of 101 films, and we've done with this bookcase. So I'm quite happy the way this complete collection video is going now, because Prom Night on the black label, Class of 1984, Tammy and the T-Rex, Fun Time Spookies, The New Kids, another good one, Meat Cleaver Massacre, still sealed. The Brain, which I've seen, but my Blu-ray's still sealed. Good stuff. Cronenberg's Rabid, need to get around to watching that. Mansion of the Doomed, which is good. Early fan footage film that precedes the Blair Witch Project, but nowhere near as good. Some 88 films releases, slipbox editions. Night of the Demon, fun Bigfoot movie. Vigilante, very good sort of exploitation thriller. Delirium, never watched that one. Mardi Gras Massacre, good stuff. Some random Blu-rays here. Ballad of Lefty Brown. Robert the Doll Collection, oh goodness, oh my. 48 Hours. Cabin Fever 3. Cabin Fever 2, never watched them. Apollo 13. Jason and the Argonauts. Beetlejuice and the Deer Hunter. So you go along here, that's the little bookcase there, and then we're on to this one now, and it's a bunch of 88 films mainly, and Eureka. So I will get this done, and then we are well on the way for this video being completed at some point. I've got more, there's a lot more to show. I've not even got around to my like Arrow standard editions and stuff yet. Puppet Master 2, Puppet Master 3, Puppet Master 4, boxes are literally falling, Puppet Master 5, Curse of the Puppet Master, Retro Puppet Master, Puppet Master Legacy, Axis of Evil, Axis Rising, Axis Termination, The Littlest Right, Slasher Classics Collection with Mortuary, Funeral Home, Terror Train, Schizoid, Maniac, Grandmother's House, Christmas Evil, and then we have New Year's Evil. I'm going to have to take a break, guys, and do a cutscene because I am getting so tired of this. New Year's Evil, Sleepaway Camp 2, I need to get the third one. House on Sorority Row, brilliant film, well, good slasher. Slaughterhouse, another brilliant slasher. Popcorn, good stuff. Intruder, good. Alice, Sweet Alice, I wouldn't mind that new 4K from Arrow. Toolbox Murders, Offspring, Driving Massacre, yet to watch that one. Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, I think that's a video nasty. Don't Go in the Woods, that is just a random bit of plastic from something I've unsealed. Yeah, this was fun. That's some weird kind of like Viking style like killer going around just taking out hikers and things. It's pretty good. Klaus Kinski and Crawl Space, I'm just going to put that there to make pulling them out a little bit easier. Killer Crocodile, Killer Crocodile 2, Nightmare Beach, Paganini Horror, Fulci's Touch of Death, Beyond Darkness, that's a good one. Two Evil Eyes, Romero and Argento collaboration, Fulci's Cat in the Brain, some more 88 here with Street Trash. Just ordered the remake, the remake from 2024. Got the Vinegar Syndrome one coming. Creepazoids, One Dark Night, very tame horror, but it's kind of creepy. Swamp Thing, yet to watch. That's Wes Craven, isn't it? Grizzly, pretty good. Scream Queens, looks fun. I need to get around to watching that. Prison, I weren't overly keen. Hollow Man, good film. Bloody Birthday, really good creepy kid film. Night of the Demons 2. Frogs, I didn't mind. Castle Freak. The Suckling. H.P. Lovecraft's Lurking Fear. And Sorority Babes at the Slime Bowler Armour. That was fun. Now we're on to this shelf, which is a few more 88s. Some random 4Ks. I do need to organise this collection a lot better, I know, because I've only kind of organised those two main bookcases, and a lot of it is just, you know, everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. But I kind of know where stuff is, like I keep saying. So let's go. Farewell to the Flesh, Candyman 2, Pigs, I'm yet to watch. The Rage, Carrie 2, Pit and the Pendulum remake, Surf Nazis Must Die, never watched. Knife of Ice, looks good, never watched it though. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City 4K, never watched it on 4K, but I did like the film. I thought it was a step in the right direction for the Resident Evil franchise, in my opinion. More true to the games than the older films. The Northman, Robert Eggers. Jaws on 4K. Jaws 2. Jaws 3. And Jaws the Revenge, all on 4K. One of my favourites here, Scarface on 4K. Never watched it on 4K though. Orphan First Kill. Some Eureka editions now, slipcover editions. Bliss. Really good Joe Bagos film. Prophecy, I did like that one. Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. Directed by Robert Englund, you have 976 Evil. The brilliant Night of the Creeps. Won't even mind that Scream Factory 4K, but I will be keeping that beautiful Eureka edition. The Dark Half, directed by Romero. Monkey Shine's another George A. Romero. Old Dark House, that's a James Whale film. The original Nosferatu. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Hands of Orlac, which I'm yet to watch. Bava, brilliant film, very eerie and nerve-wracking. The Entity, quite traumatic, that one. The Quirky House, that was good. Troll and Troll 2. Black and White Island of Lost Souls. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Fright Night. Bela Lugosi 3-pack, 3 films in that set. Blackula. And it's quite awkward to get to these. Got some more Eurekas and then Synapse at the end. So the Skull, I think this is a Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee one. Yeah, never watched that one. Repo Man, thought it was pretty great. November, good sort of eerie horror. Vampire Circus, one of my favourite Hammer films. Curtains, these are a bunch of Synapse now. The Convent, that's pretty fun. Basket Case 3. The Kindred, I loved it. Satan's Little Helper, love that too. Basket Case 2, that needs to go with 3 really. There. Abracadabra, Random Cauldron release. Good short modern sort of Giallo. Some Visual Vengeance here. Heartland of Darkness, that was pretty good. This one was fun as hell. Slaughter Day, really enjoyed that. The brilliant Psycho Gorman, a lot of fun. Hereditary, and another one from the same director, Ari Aster, and that's Midsommar, and that's good too. So we're on to the bottom shelf. This is a bunch of non-horror, which I'm just going to whip through nice and quickly because they're not particularly interesting editions. They're just like standard releases, but I do have it's good to have some standard releases, you know, you get them at good prices and whatnot. And yeah, Heat, not heard good things about the 4K, so I haven't upgraded. The Martian, that one is Chevy 2000, never watched that. These are a bunch I think I've had sent to me from friends, which is cool, which I need to watch. Stardust. Uncut, I Spit on Your Grave, the Ronin Flicks one, the Region A release. Slither, brilliant. Young Guns, never watched. This one is, I forgot the bloody, it's is it 4 of the Apocalypse? It's a Fulci film, isn't it? I think it's called 4 of the Apocalypse. I need to watch that. It's a Western. Goodfellas, not heard good things about their 4K either. The Awakening, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Stitches, kind of cool British horror, Don't Breathe, good thriller, Sin City, didn't mind that at all, Planet Dinosaur, random dinosaur CGI documentary, Men in Black, fun classic, Deadpool 2, Deadpool, probably don't really need them in the collection, they're kind of good, but 8 Mile, good, sort of slightly loosely based on Eminem's life, but not quite, he plays a character, but it's a good film. American History X, another good one. District 9, quite like that, it's a good one. Terminator Salvation, Terminator Dark Fate, Peter Jackson's King Kong, good stuff. Jurassic World, another random Blu-ray of that. Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, the worst Mad Max film. Mad Max Fury Road, I wasn't overly in love with that either, but I'm looking forward to watching Furiosa. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Talladega Nights, Her, The Artist, Romeo and Juliet, Taxi Driver, Titanic, The Goonies, Wolf of Wall Street, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, never watched it. David Attenborough's Nature's Greatest Events, don't think I've even watched that. Natural Born Killers, weren't overly impressed with that either. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, classic. Die Hard on 4K, I need to watch 4K of that. Smoking the Bandit on 4K and Total Recall on 4K. So that's all of that bookcase, guys. I have got through quite a bit. Quick cut and we'll do some just more. Here is an area that needs organising. Got the cool My Bloody Valentine Scream Factory poster. Got the new Hammer set there of Captain Kronos. I'll show you that in addition to the collection. This is a bunch of overflow stuff, just like old DVDs and PS4 games. I've got the Sons of Anarchy Blu-ray set. Bunch of TV shows like King of the Hill. That's all in that bookcase. I'm not really going to show that because most of it's just DVDs. I wanted this mainly to be Blu-rays and 4Ks. Random shelf there. Got the new Rumpelstiltskin 4K set. And then we're on to this other big bookcase, which is another one which I have kind of organised well and like take pride in. Bunch of like Scream Factory, Criterion, Kino Lorber, Severin, some Hammer stuff I think in there, and then books at the bottom. So this is what we've got left anyway, kind of this. That's all my Arrow stuff in that blue one and other bits on top. So at the top I got like the Hell House Blu-ray set from Umbrella, Blair Witch Project Blu-ray from Second Sight, which I need to put my replacement disc in, Martin on 4K, Paranormal Activity franchise, and a Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K. So here's a bunch of Scream Factories. Hopefully they won't be too glare too much because they're in protective sleeves. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation, Event Horizon, The Dead Zone, Hell Night. I could talk about these a bit more, guys, but I'll be here all day. House on Haunted Hill, Stephen King adaptation Silver Bullet, might get the 4K. House of Wax remake, good stuff. Ghost Ship, funner than you'd think. 13 Ghosts, good one. Eli Roth's The Green Inferno, Deadly Friend, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, Alone in the Dark, The Craft, good stuff. Misery, absolute bona fide classic. My Bloody Valentine, brilliant. Valentine. April Fool's Day, one of my faves here for Christmas. Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original. I think there's a remake of that coming out this year. Pet Sematary 2, RoboCop 3, Wes Craven's Cursed, Exorcist 2, The Heretic, Island of Dr. Moreau, the third version, I think it is. As Above, So Below, Poltergeist 2, Elvira's Haunted Hills with the nice slip box, Vincent Price Collection Part 3, Dead Ringers, these are all collector's editions from Scream Factory, Bubba Hotep, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, Body Parts, now we're off the collectors onto standards, Dr. Giggles, Night of the Seagulls, Cat People, Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, Hammer, Kiss of the Vampire, John Carpenter's Body Bags, good film, Tales from the Hood, love it, Sleepaway Camp, another classic, John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, The Lawnmower Man, RoboCop 2, Bad Moon, good little werewolf film, another collector's edition here for Lake Placid, wouldn't mind a 4K of that either. H.P. Lovecraft's The Resurrected, The Sentinel, very good. The Evictors, quite like that one too. Studio Canal Orca Steelbook for the 4K. Just in with the Scream Factories randomly. And before I do move on with the rest of the Scream Factories, I do have all the Scream Factory released Halloween films, you know, one to, is it Resurrection, which would be 8, wouldn't it? And then I've got some other ones like Rob Zombie's Halloween on Blu-ray, Halloween 2. Is it David Gordon Green trilogy on 4K? So got all the Halloween movies. Right, onto the second shelf of Scream Factory. So lots to get through, man. It's more than you think. I'm just trying to breeze through it. John Carpenter's Someone Is Watching. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. That's a good one. Giorgio Romero's Night Riders. The Doctor's Devils. Shining miniseries. The Mick Garris one. Fire in the Sky, good stuff. Final Exam, didn't hate it. Witchboard, brilliant. Graveyard Shift, won't mind that new Kino 4K. Poughkeepsie Tapes. Session 9, good psychological horror there. Final Terror, decent slasher. Killer Party, I went too in love with that one, but I will rewatch it. Double combo pack for Terrorvision and Video Dead. Terrorvision's a lot of fun. Vampire Lovers, that's a Hammer. He Knows You're Alone, I think that's an early role for Tom Hanks in that one. Superstition, good stuff. American Gothic. Ravenous, yeah, good one. Don't always hear about Ravenous, but pretty good stuff, that one. Relic. Rent-A-Pal, very good character piece. Fender Bender, and done some Vinegar Syndrome, as the little card may suggest. Homegrown Horrors Volume 1, wish I'd kept the box set. Now I've got Volume 2 box set. The Undertaker of Joe Spinell, great film. The Candy Snatchers, Corruption of Chris Miller, Bloodsuckers from Outer Space, Troma here with Death by Temptation, Memorial Valley Massacre, The Outwaters, fan footage, Ice Cream Man, Fun 90s, Amityville Dollhouse, Night Owl, some 4Ks from VS, Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, what else do I have? This one's Mark of the Devil, yet to watch the 4K, Mark of the Devil. Mother's Day, that was a good 4K. Primal Rage, WNUF Halloween Special, very fun. Got the new slips from Cemetery of Terror, good Mexican horror. And Grave Robbers, as well as Bloodbeat, in my opinion, the disappointing Scalper. And then we have some Vestron here, like a few of these Vestron video collector series, some Region A ones and some Region B. David Cronenberg Shivers, Candyman Day of the Dead, didn't like that one. Waxwork, Class of 1999, Warlock Collection, Lair of the White Worm, Parents, Wishmaster, The Game, Sundown, Vampire in Retreat, early Francis Ford Coppola film here. It's the first film by him, actually. Dementia 13, wasn't too bad. Silent Night, Deadly Night collection, that's got parts 3, 4 and 5 in. And the Dentist collection, which I love these films, the Dentist 1 and 2, great campy horror films there, some great stuff. Now we're on to a bit of Arrow. So randomly underneath the Scream Factory and Vestron, I do have Arrow slipcover edition. So I will just move my friend there and we will look at these. So I have a simple plan. These are all my Arrow slips, like really nice editions. Hell High, not Hell House. Tale of Two Sisters, that one. Flatliners. Mario Bava Shock. The Last Matinee. House That Screamed, that was good. The Vagrant. El Duce Tapes, fun documentary about this metal band guy who's in a band. Brotherhood of Satan, After Midnight, I See You. Good thriller when you first watch it, but gets a little bit unimpressive the more you watch it, because it's got one of them type of twists you want to go in completely blind with. That's I See You. Exorcist 3, brilliant. Just got the 4K for this, but here's the Blu-ray of Don't Torture a Duckling. 4K for Trick or Treat. The brilliant The Long Good Friday. The Last Video Store, good fun. Wreck, Beyond Reanimator, The Woman and Offspring, Hagazusa, good German folk horror, H.P. Lovecraft's The Dunwich Horror, Girls Night Out, that was fun, Last House on the Left remake 4K, Sleep, still sealed, yet to open that one, Silent Running, strange little movie that, One Miss Cool trilogy, Frank Henenlotter's Brain Damage, good stuff. Frank Henenlotter's Basket Case on 4K, really good, love that 4K. One of these window box editions, remember these? I hardly had any, but here's the Funhouse, Toby Hooper. Random Arrow Steelbook for White of the Eye, I enjoyed that film. Third Window Films edition here with Hiruku the Goblin, really good. And then we're on to some second sight standard editions, so 4K of High Tension, The Guest, Crimes of the Future. I think this one's Raw. Is it Raw? Yeah. A couple of bits there, just a random Paranormal Activity 3 Blu-ray. I don't need any more. The Brilliant Upgrade. When a Stranger Calls. Willard. Good weird character piece. Magic with Anthony Hopkins. That's a good one. I nearly went over that. Asylum. Good anthology. House That Dripped Blood. Another good anthology, The Brilliant Drive on 4K, The Nightingale on Blu-ray, John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, and Chopper, which I did enjoy. I'll try and get a better angle for the next shelf. So we go down, we are onto some Severin here. I've even put a little Severin logo up. So to be fair, this is going really good, this video. I'm actually getting it done quicker than I thought I would. Not that there's necessarily a race, it's just a bit of an undertaking. So Here we have Wax Mask. So this is a good Italian kind of House of Wax like adaptation. Really good stuff. These are all Severin, by the way. House on the Edge of the Park. One of mine did the 88 4K, but I'm happy with this nice Severin release. It even has the soundtrack in. Spider Labyrinth on 4K. The Creature. Mad Doctor of Blood, can't wait to watch that. Klaus Kinski and Nosferatu in Venice. 4K release for Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. Santa Sangre, Aronofsky film, isn't it? It's good stuff. Blood Moon, yet to watch. Midnight, it was alright. The Uncanny, good anthology. Dead Kids, good Australian one. Patrick Still Lives, a good kind of sort of unofficial sequel to Patrick's. Christopher Lee and Crypt of the Vampire. This wasn't bad at all, actually. I didn't mind that. From that Euro Crypt set Severin did, but I've got some individually. House on Straw Hill. Castle of the Living Dead. I think that's also got Donald Sutherland in it, who plays a fun part. Satan's Slave. The Devil's Game, with various different directors, including Mario Bava doing shorts. Kathy's Curse, really good. She Killed in Ecstasy, like that one. Bad Biology from Frank Henenlotter. It's about a monster genitals, good stuff. Some like Code Red now, with like Scorpion, or is it Scorpion or Code Red? I can't quite remember. That's the Unseen, that's really good. Randomly in there. Faceless, Severin, Code Red, Slave of the Cannibal God, good stuff. Savage Streets, brilliant, with Linda Blair. Just Before Dawn, great sort of backwards slasher. Needs a new UK release because the 88's been out of print for a very long time. And it just, Shredder, not bad, like sort of snowboarding horror. I don't know what that is. A little bit of Blue Tack or something. Fulci's Murder Rock. Rituals, good stuff. Vegans, the brilliant Leviathan 4K from Kino. These are all Kinos now, Without Warning. Buried Alive. Last Man on Earth. My arms are about to fall off. House of Long Shadows, bunch of horror like, you know, fucking classic actors in there. Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, people like that. $5 for an August Moon. Mario Bava, amazing film. Scream and Scream Again with Vincent Price. American Werewolf in Paris 4K. I don't mind the film, but it's quite a silly 4K. It's just to get the Blu-ray imported was about the same price as the Turbine 4K, so I thought no brainer. Southern Comfort, some more second sight standards here. Next of Kin. I'm just going to rest my arm here. Picnic at Hanging Rock, really weird kind of eerie good film. You're Next on 4K. Reanimator. Extra on Blu-ray. Frontiers, meant to be quite an you know, not for the faint of heart, and I haven't watched it yet. The Sacrament on Blu-ray. Ghost Story. The Brilliant Host on Blu-ray, really good that was. And there's Channel Zero Season 1, whose second sight randomly released. So Channel Zero Season 1, Candle Cove, good stuff. Well, not bad, pretty entertaining. Fright, I haven't watched. I'm just going to take that one out so I can actually get through them a little bit quicker, guys. Digging Up the Marrow, great mockumentary. The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock on Radiance Films. We have The Ginger Dead Man. Haven't watched all of that yet. The Witch's Mountain on Mondo Macabro. Brilliant film. The Nesting, is it, on Blue Underground? I wasn't overly impressed by that. I thought it'd be a lot better than it was. And the Complete Toxic Avenger film box. So, of Toxic Avenger box, all 4 films up to Citizen Toxic. I think 3's the only one I haven't seen. I'm looking forward to the remake of that. On to the Criterion. We have Freaks, The Unknown and the Mystic in a Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers triple set. The Brilliant Repulsion, equally as brilliant Carnival of Souls, and Phantom Carriage. Eyes Without a Face, Blowout, Chronos, which is getting a 4K from BFI this month. Lady Snowblood, fantastic, love that. Cul-de-sac, love that too. Lost Highway, David Lynch. House on Sorority Row remake, Sorority Row, Return to House on Haunted Hill, awful. Daybreakers, Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell, Come to Daddy, Saw, overrated. The Guild, Orphan, pretty good film. The Breakfast Club, The Bay, number 23. Cobweb, which I did enjoy. Some Hammer, Dracula 1972, Taste of Blood of Dracula, Dracula Prince of Darkness, The Devil Rides Out, Rasputin the Mad Monk, that was a good performance from Christopher Lee. Demons of the Mind, To the Devil a Daughter, modern Hammer from like 2017 here with The Resident, Splinter, some Network here with Countess Dracula, Twins of Evil from Hammer, Deathline with Donald Pleasance, brilliant film, the classic The Haunting, the Purge films, Purge Anarchy, Oculus, more Purge, all mixed up, Purge Election Year, the first Purge. Just going to rearrange them a little bit, guys, because that one can go there. So I've actually got some sort of order. A few movies up there which I'll show after. Twin Peaks, Firewalk with Me, Army of Frankenstein, that's a fun one. Frankenstein's Army, excuse me, there's another film called Army of Frankenstein, that's a steelbook. Another pretty good one, We Are What We Are, steelbook. I did order just a random cheap edition and they sent the steelbook. Get Out, Us, good stuff. Not the best films in the world in my opinion, but I did like what Jordan Peele did. I think he's got some good like stylistic choices and things in them films. Pretty good stuff. Angel Heart, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I haven't watched it. Another random Toby Hooper one, The Djinn, or Djinn, a load of rubbish I thought. Demonic, good stuff, I like that. Some random ones here, The Omega Man, Evil Bong, and this one, which is a bunch of like short films and TV shows by Dario Argento, deep cuts on the Severin line, really good stuff. Books at the bottom, I'll show you these on another video actually. I want to keep this about the physical media. So we've got more like physical media here. We have Hobo with a Shotgun, King Kong versus Godzilla, Watcher, that was quite good. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, but it's upside down, very good film. Life of Beth, pretty fun comedy. The Mind's Eye, Howl, Scanners, Let Me In, Fargo, You Were Never Really There, The Descent, which I think is a little bit overrated. Funny Games remake, Dorothy, Antichrist, The Stepfather remake, The Pact, Mirrors, Jennifer's Body, The Innkeepers, which I like, American Psycho, brilliant, Wolf Cop, Another Wolf Cop, Infinity Pool, good stuff, and The Love Witch. So that's all of this bookcase, and we've got two more. Yeah, so in this corner I have another little, like a little white unit with just random, random bits in studio releases and a lot of new things I've picked up and things like that. Then I have all like some of my box sets up here, like Creepshow 2, out of print, the Beautiful Arrow edition, the Second Sight Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K edition, Studio Canal's Wicker Man, and the Scream Factory 4K of Creepshow. Then we have this case, which is mainly Arrow. It's like all my Arrow standard releases and some books. Then we have this one. So we're getting there, guys. These are the final two bits of the collection. So I'm just going to breeze through these. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Alien Abduction. Not a bad found footage one. Brotherhood of the Wolf. I need to revisit that. The Gallows. Some of these are sealed, so there is a bit of a glare on them. I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. I forgot to watch that at Christmas. Apparently it's a Christmas set movie. Frogman on Blu-ray of the new Blu-ray set. That's like a bootleg. Tales That Witness Madness. Then we've got Chucky Seasons 1 and 2. Child's Play remake Mandy. This one from BFI. Legend of Witches and Secret Rites. I Start Counting. Some thriller, which I haven't watched. Arachnophobia. Super 8 on 4K, Baba Yaga, Training Down 4K, Casper, fun 90s family film, and the very fun and weird and odd Tusk. So there's those. Sorry I didn't show all of those. I'm just trying to see if I can get things down a bit. This is the VHS triple pack, the trilogy with the first three in, up to Viral. Walk the Line, Johnny Cash biopic, good stuff. The Gin, better than Toby Hooper's Gin. That one's actually good. Lights Out, can't really remember that, to be fair. The Man with the Iron Fists and part 2 to that. The 1998 Godzilla, that is fun. Rubbish but fun. Sleepy Hollow. Highlander, Christopher Lambert, good stuff. Attack of the Werewolves, random cheap pickup. A lot of cheap pickups in, I never watched it. The Silent House. The Fourth Kind. Burt Lancaster in The Swimmer. The Brilliant Lamb, that is quite an odd one. Forgot about that. Hoot Owl, which I haven't watched, random pickup in the sale on Film Treasures last year. Exposure, it was an okay little modern indie horror. Frailty, so glad I got the Blu-ray for that, I need to rewatch. Abigail, loved it, thought it was a lot of fun. Long Legs, pretty good stuff, didn't overly enjoy it, but it was good. Some HMV premiums here. I've got some more scattered around the room, I think, but I might have already shown those. A film with David Bowie in, The Hunger, that looks good, but still sealed. Gremlins, the new batch. Two Jakes. Wolfen. Vincent Price in the OG House of Wax. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. Village of the Damned. And the original TV movie for Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Much better than the crappy unatmospheric remake. This one is very creepy, and it's got a creepy little ending as well. I did like that a lot. The Innocents, good stuff. Men, a bit hyped when it was out. Apparently people were a bit freaked out by the ending. I thought it was quite tame. Another Jurassic World Blu-ray there. I've got a couple of copies of that. Fallen Kingdom, it was alright. And Dominion, which I haven't watched. Manhunter, Michael Mann film. Strange Darling, I might even get rid of that, well overrated. Everybody seems to love it. I just thought it was not very good. Personally, didn't acquire to me. The Conjuring, if I can just, watch that film a lot, but I've never cracked that Blu-ray open, I don't think. Might have done. Conjuring 2. So we're getting there, guys. On to the arrow next. Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Number 3, load of rubbish, I thought. I do like the first two. Random Blu-ray for the Ghost Dimension, that needs to go because I have that set now. Tales of Halloween, pretty good. The Bye Bye Man, not as bad as you would imagine, but it's not great. Super Mario Brothers movie, fun stuff, I did enjoy that. Five Nights at Freddy's, pretty good. Random DVD for The Shining. I now have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. This is the TV miniseries. This one. So what do we have here? Hanny Calder. 88 released that as well, didn't they? Is it Bullet for the General, this one? I think someone told me before because I forgot. Or I didn't. Yeah, I think that one's Bullet for the General. Bone Tomahawk, great Western horror with Kurt Russell. That's a good film. Red Sun, looks like good stuff. I need to get around to it. The Great Silence on Eureka. True Grit remake. Unforgiven. Once Upon a Time in the West, I wouldn't even mind the 4K of that. And the Western horror, The Pale Door, which has its moments and kind of a cool Western like horror aesthetic, but it's a pretty poor film, unfortunately. So we're actually on to the last one now, which is all of my Arrow like standard editions. So a bunch of Arrow standard editions, and then we are done, which I am thrilled about. I've enjoyed doing it, and I wanted to show you guys my complete collection. And for those who like watching these kind of shelf by shelf videos, that's how I started out on YouTube, doing like, you know, point of view filming. Obviously I'm on camera a bit now, but I just wanted to get back to it a little bit, just do a cool video, just showing, you know, for you guys who like to just chill and just see what, you know, just see what movies people have in their collections. Because I like watching these videos as well, because it gives, you know, I sometimes find titles through other people that I haven't discovered before, and I think, oh, that video is worth watching, you know, because I've actually discovered a new title. Return of the Killer Tomatoes, really, really fun film, really silly though. Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise. These are all Arrow now. The Prey, good stuff. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. City of the Dead, I think I have that in that All Haunts BR's 2 set as well. But I'll probably keep the Arrow. Society. Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing, forget about that one. Madhouse. Death Has Blue Eyes. The Mangler from Toby Hooper and it's a Stephen King adaptation. Arrow's version of The Thing, I can't get rid of that because there's so many good special features. Empathy Inc. Motel Hell. Evil Ed, it's alright. It's good special effects and stuff. Edge of the Axe, a lot of people were talking about that when it got released by Arrow. I thought it was a bit overrated. Heathers, not bad, pretty fun. House, didn't bother with the sequels because I didn't like the second one at all. Raising Cain, it's an okay thriller, pretty good. Zero Boys, that one's quite fun. Incident in a Ghostland, very good movie. Director's cut for Battle Royale. Battle Royale 2, I never watched it. Happiness of the Katakuris, that's good. The Stylist. The Crazies. Season of the Witch. 12 Monkeys. Hound of the Baskervilles. Mona Lisa, good stuff. Nightmare City. Switchblade Sisters, loved it. The Initiation, another good one. To Live and Die in LA, starring Willem Dafoe. I found this one a little bit disappointing, but maybe it was my frame of mind at the time. I'll have to rewatch it. The Holy Mountain. El Topo, two very bizarre films there. Crimes of Passion, not watched it. Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter. King of New York. People Under the Stairs. I'm just going to move that to one side if I can. Another Toby Hooper, Life Force. Yeah, it's grew on me a bit. I like it. Blood Rage. Wolf Guy. The Fun, Hell Comes to Frogtown. The Mutilator, I do enjoy that one. Spider Baby, very good. Jack Hill film. Old Boy, need to crack it open and watch. And at the top I randomly have The Car, which was alright. Bit tame in places for me. The Out There, this is just a random TerraVision release of the Out There Halloween Mega Tape, and I have Get Carter on 4K, which I'm really looking forward to. So there's the first shelf of Arrows, 2 more to go, and the complete collection video for 2025 is done. Deranged, great little sort of, you know, Ed Gwynn kind of, like, you know, you can tell they took aspects from Ed Gwynn's life and, like, done Deranged. Won't mind that 4K from VS, that's just come out. The Slayer. Willie Dynamite. The Wind, pretty atmospheric and cool. The Bloodhound, didn't mind that. There's Always Vanilla, still sealed. Cruising, new 4K of that out, but I think I'll stick with the Blu-ray. Does look like a very good film. The Pieces, brilliant. Maniac Cop, fun. The Beast Within, it's a strange, like, sort of transformation film. Dead End Driving, I thought was going to be amazing, but I found it a little bit disappointing when I watched it about 7 years ago, but it does warrant a rewatch. So there is that. Rawhead Rex, I do like, pretty good. Harpoon, that was quite a fun one. The Brilliant Bride of Reanimator, some great effects in that. Thief, Satan's Blade, low budget slasher, but very atmospheric, and it does get under my skin a little bit. I do like those ones set out in the secluded environments in the snow. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Hellgate, good stuff. I've heard a few people be sour on that, but I liked it. Audrey Rose, is it Audrey Rose? Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Donnie Darko. Horror Express, good stuff. Hide to Kill, never watched. Brian De Palma's The Fury, never watched. I think this is a gangster one. Dillinger, still sealed. The Incredible Melting Man, I think that one's out of print from Arrow now, but Vinegar Syndrome have done a 4K. 2000 Maniacs. The Comic. Brian De Palma's Sisters. Over the Edge. Some early David Cronenberg works. Transfer from the Drain, Stereo, Crimes of the Future. Toys Are Not for Children, very good exploitation film. June. Stuff, fun time. Edge of Sanity, very good with Anthony Perkins. Eaten Alive, another Toby Hooper. The Brilliant Dress to Kill, I've ordered the 4K. Slugs. Westworld, not watched that for years. Some Arrow Academy here. That used to be a line with Being John Malkovich, very good. Horrors of Malformed Men, started watching it, I did like it from what I'd seen. Burnt Offerings, brilliant. I think Oliver Reed's in that one. Vamp, great 80s, sort of fun. Howling 2, alright, but a load of rubbish as well. Carnival of Blood. Apprentice to Murder. The Baby, which is very bizarre. Treating a grown man like that, not good. Psychomania. Last shelf, guys, so we're just blasting through these. Got Climax, good stuff. Driller Killer, good Abel Ferreira movie. Yeah, very good. Did like the Driller Killer. Doom Asylum, that's a pretty fun one. Very low budget slasher, but quite fun. So, a bunch of the Vincent Price Arrow releases here. I'll just whip through these. Pit and the Pendulum, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, Dr. Phibes Rides Again, The Brilliant Tales of Terror, I love that. Tomb of Ligia, Ligia, which I've never watched. Theatre of Blood, very good. Comedy of Terrors, very good. Most of Price's movies I love a bit of Vincent Price. The Haunted Palace, good stuff. Fall of the House of Usher, great, you know. Tower of London, another good one. The Raven, I haven't watched. Peter Lorre's in it as well. The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. Forget I've got that. I'm looking forward to it. There's some Sergio Martino with The Case of the Scorpion's Tail. Very good stuff. Suspicious Death of a Miner. Never watched. Your Vice is a locked room and only I have the key. Sergio Martino sort of take. I think it's another adaptation of The Black Cat, but it's like a Giallo and it's pretty fantastic. I did really enjoy that. Baron Blood, Mario Bava stuff here. These are all out of print. Hard to get. Mario Bava from Arrow. Kill Baby Kill, yeah, great film. Oh, one of my favourites, The Bay of Blood, love it. Kurt Russell in Dark Blue, never watched it. The Brilliant Frankenhooker, that is fun. The Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion, haven't watched that one yet. Hitchhike to Hell. Contamination. The Exterminator. More Mario Bava, these shouldn't be mixed up really. Black Sabbath, phenomenal. The Kaltiki, The Immortal Monster. Here's an okay sort of 50s black and white one. Lisa and the Devil, another good one. What Have You Done, Solange, good Giallo. Death Smiles on a Murderer of Klaus Kinski, very good. True Romance, brilliant film. Death Walks on High Heels, I did enjoy, and this one, Death Walks at Midnight. Lords of, is it Chaos? That was a good one from, I think it's like from 2019. Blood Tide, yet to watch. Lee Van Cleef in Day of Anger, again, yet to watch. Chill Factor, cool aesthetic, again, one of those films set in the snow, which I have a soft spot for, but a bit of a boring movie. Some Arrow Academy stuff. Children of Men, good film. The Untamed, another good one. Images, good psychological horror. Night of the Hunter, classic, just really good. Michael Douglas in the Game, another good one. And then I have some of these classic, like, Arrow DVDs with the white cases. I've got this beautiful edition of Pieces with amazing artwork. That's better than the Blu-ray artwork. Beyond Reanimator. Roma Santa, The Werewolf Hunt. Argento Sleepless. The Card Player. And this beautiful edition of Two Evil Eyes. And then just some random books from Arrow. So I have the Blair Witch Project Arrow essay book. The Hitcher. And this random one, which I got in a sale, Philip K. Dick on Film. So I have that one. So some cool books from Arrow. And that, guys, is the, from what I can, let me just make sure I've just got everything. So that is the, pretty much the complete collection. So I'm actually going to get up off the floor now. So we're all over the place with the camera. I might edit the video down a little bit. Like I say, my room's in a bit of disarray. I need to organise things. There's some additions to the collection. That video will be coming next week. Loads of new additions in this time round. Got a lot to show. I'm tired, I'm out of breath. Thanks for watching my complete collection. That's all my Blu-ray 4Ks. I have got a few more DVDs and things like in this overflow bookcase, but I'll be very like brief. I just don't want to tackle it. But yeah, that's pretty much all my Blu-rays 4Ks, you know, some DVDs thrown in there. That's my complete collection for 2025. So yeah, thanks for watching. Really wore myself out doing this. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Let me know what you think of the, you know, overall of my sort of collection of movies. It'd be really cool to hear from some of you. So, yeah, see you on the next video. Bye.